All right, if this doesn't work, we're going to try different mics, but we're going to try this because this was a much bigger turnout than we were expecting.
Thanks for showing up.
Is one hell of a problem. You know, I hate to have that sort of problem on a broadcast. So thank you guys so much for coming out here. This is fantastic. Everyone is here to glean as much information as they can from noted Seahawks Twitter expert. And were we calling you a mascot? I think I was calling you like an unwitting mascot of Seahawks Twitter. Much like the main character in Monty Python's The Life of Brian.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of became part of the movement at that point. So, all right, we'll be starting here in just a second. I will ask for you guys to cheer when it's time to cheer, I guess, when I mention that we are live from Podolsky's. That is the correct pronunciation of the bar that I've been saying for like 6 months, right?
All right, okay,
I just wanted to make sure this is the correct pronunciation before we begin, because if I'm saying it online, I'm an ass. But if I'm saying it in person wrong, then I'm even worse. So just wanted to clear that up. Fantastic. Oh, look, the name of this episode is Please God People Show Up. Awesome.
That worked.
It did. I willed this to happen.
This is all you.
All right. Well, as soon as I get the show notes back up here and make fun of Don from Ohio for just a moment. Excellent. All right. It looks like we can begin. Arif, are you ready?
Why not?
Sweet. All right, starting off in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Norse Code, the #1 podcast for your Minnesota Vikings. I am your host and producer. My name is James Pagashnik. Thank you guys so much for listening. And there is no one on the other end of the tin cannon string today because it is the week of Christmas. Arif is traveling, and as the producer of the show, it is my job to come up with the yearly clip show. So we have that all ready for you. We have clips from all over the year, whether it be fun rants that both he and I have gone on, last episode excluded. From that, we also have a minor sing-along at one point. There's plenty of Arif's laughter in this particular episode, so we hope you enjoy it, and a couple of cool things from the live show that we did out at Podolsky's in Seattle, which was such an amazing time. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, for listening. I hope you guys really enjoy it. This is kind of our time to reflect on the year, and thank you guys for listening, for sharing links on social media, for donating to the show. We could not do this show without the donations that come in via patreon.com/norsecode or paypal.me/norsecode. Either way, everything that comes through helps. But before we begin, I just want to quick mention that, as is holiday tradition around here, these clips are not edited in the same way that a normal episode is, in that there is a fair amount of profanity in this episode. So if that is something that's a deal breaker for you, or if it makes it so you cannot listen to it in your current environment, totally understand, and you don't need to do so, or you can do it later. But this is your warning that there is a fair amount of profanity in the episode. So, again, just giving you the heads up. But we will be back next week to discuss the what we can glean from the basically useless final regular season game between the Bears and the Vikings, and whether or not anyone, played their starters, whether or not anyone got hurt, and what we can look forward to as far as a playoff matchup is concerned. But here are the clips. Again, there is a fair amount of profanity in here, so proceed with caution, but otherwise, thank you guys so much, and here we go. Actually, I was talking about when he was just lying on the ground like, oh my god, I can't believe this was another overthrow.
Exasperated on the overthrow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he was so upset that he looked injured.
He did. I was like, did he not get the wind knocked out of him, or is he just upset?
Yeah, like the three people next to me in the press box were like, "Is he hurt?" And I'm like, "No, he's sad. Different kind of hurt."
He should have said, "No, he's not hurt. He's just disappointed."
The official 2019 Mr. Mankato odds. I'll be sure to make a link in the show notes for it. Let's take a look.
Sorry. I got a text from Dusty.
You all right, buddy?
So I sent a message to Dusty earlier confirming for a flight, just letting him know, yes, the day of the wedding. And he responds back with, "Let's get fucking married!" Headbutts wall. Wait, that came up wrong.
Fantastic.
Okay, I need to make a mark for this. Let's get fucking married! Bam! It's like the Drew McGarry, it's the Thursday thing with the song that makes you run through a wall. It's like that, except nuptials. Weird.
Yeah, so basically the same.
It's like that, but monogamy. Yeah. All right, whenever you're ready. Coming back for the mailbag in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. All right, chair. Good job. Phenomenal. All right, what's the first mailbag question? I wonder if it's relevant or topical.
Okay. It's been a long week. Keep talking.
Sure, yeah. It sounded like in order to install Skype, you needed to make a blood sacrifice. That's how I interpreted your initial grunts of pain.
Yeah, that's basically it. That is the long and short of it.
Oh, well, good. That should ensure that it works then.
Well, yes and no. It ensures that it works temporarily, but it's kind of like one of those devil curses where, like, you know, it'll make you attractive, but the cologne will make you attractive, but it'll also make you impotent, like that sort of thing.
Oh, almost like a monkey's paw kind of thing?
Very much so, yes.
Oh, well, I'm glad that that's what our podcasting technology is running off of.
Well, nothing but the best for our patrons at patreon.com/Norse Code. You're like, what is this noise happening behind? Is this the reckoning? Is this...
God damn it.
Did my home fall into some like dystopia? Because this is crap. Or did I bring enough dystopian novels to the point of the dystopia that like this is going to cancel out in some weird way? Congratulations. You played yourself.
I don't think this is covered in our insurance either.
Oh no. We were somehow approved for flood, but we weren't approved for
just wormholes. I knew I was missing something.
How did you not get like the singularity covered? Seriously. You can't be the one who's pissed off here because I need you to talk me down from a ledge. So this isn't going to go well for one of us.
Okay, so I think because I could just be pissed off about certain things, and then when you ask something about like, are we dead? I'll be like, well, no, the heart's beating, the body took a beat, we're fine. So then we can, but I just have to,
It's like Greg Williams says, you kill the body, the head will die, or if you kill
chop off the head, the body will die.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
So is our head chopped off? Good question, imaginary James.
Let's go in depth on this. Can we go 40 minutes on this? We've got statistics.
So if we extend the metaphor to be this, this, and this, the statistics regarding this, which I say is the nose.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if we're going to, and we can bring in obscure quotes too, and we can be like, well, you remember that episode of The Office where Creed said that a human body can live without its head for hours? He seems like the type of person who would have tried that, so I'm willing to bet that if we bring this into evidence, we can at least have some form of like a supportive thing.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Seattle. Being an honorary Seahawks Twitter member, which, by the way, we're happy to have you back, I would love to know how you deal with Seahawks fans. We're in enemy territory here. It would be great if you could give us some tips.
They just harass me a lot.
And make fantastic Photoshops.
They're really good at it. Oh, my God. They're like a very online community. It's very uncomfortable. As somebody who's extremely online himself, that's too much.
Is that like when like other smokers tell you to put it out? Like, dude.
This is a daycare, my God. I think probably the best way is to like invest in Supersonics gear. Sean Kemp was really good. See what the problem. Try to connect with that.
Like, do you like this throwback Kevin Durant? Like,
This is back when he was 80 pounds.
that is. Wow. Well, we enjoyed being in Seattle. I don't know if we'll be able to return now, but we did appreciate being in Seattle. Finally, we have a question from Average Aaron who says, if you were able to fist fight a fish from the famous fish catching market in Seattle, what would be your walk-up song?
I don't know, Spoon Man? I don't know. Something.
You'd go pure traditional Seattle.
Yeah. I'm wearing flannel, right? Something that just doesn't seem like a walk-up song. It would like if you wanted to get into a fight, that's like the last song you'd want to listen to. But it's a fish, right? So, what's it gonna do?
Well, I would go with I wouldn't say a lesser-known Seattle person, but somebody that's not necessarily associated as much with Seattle. But he even has a statue here in town, and that would be Jimi Hendrix. I would probably end up going with...
That's too interesting. That's way too good. You're going to waste Jimi Hendrix on a fish fight?
I don't have many opportunities to have walk-up music for fights. I got to shoot my shot here. Probably end up having to go Voodoo Child on that, or something like that, just to kind of even up the playing field, because I don't know. I've seen the blooper reels on YouTube of the fish that don't get caught, or the fish that just hit the person in the face. Jesus. So, like, the struggle is real.
Wow.
How do I start a show after teeth?
We've ended on a high note, and we haven't even started.
We haven't even started the show. All right. Well, let's see if we can do better than teeth dipped in pudding.
I believe in the power of us, James.
I'm not so sure. Hello, sirs. Do you think the Vikings O-line would be able to protect my small children from the 30 to 50 wild hogs that sometimes attack them?
For about 3 to 5 minutes, I think.
Is this sort of like the question of like how many fifth graders could you legitimately beat up in a fight if they just released wave after wave of 10 of them?
I think it's even more memey. I think it's 50 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's that. Yeah, holy crap! What a meme. Okay, let's match up the entire Vikings offensive line to deal with a variable amount of wild hogs between the numbers 30 and 50.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get access to assault rifles.
No.
But they do get access to their own wits and strength and hard work.
And they can, let's just say, they can hold in this particular instance.
They can hold. They're allowed to hold.
They're not going to be called for the penalty.
Yeah. So I would say they could take 10, and I'm including the entire 90-man roster of offensive linemen. So all 15 or however many there are, 16. I think they could take 10 Wild Hogs. After that, sorry.
After that, I'm sorry, your kids are not going to make it.
Yeah.
Which is a lovely way to end this particular show. Arif, what would you like to plug?
Jesus. All right, bye, kids. No.
So, what did you do here for Thanksgiving? Did you just try to get as much like mercury poisoning as you could through seafish, or was it, or did you end up just going to some Denny's off the interstate, hat on, like hood up? I just want the turkey cutlet, and I don't want to ask any questions.
No,
Marb red just hanging off your fingers.
No, I went to the gay bar across the street. Gay bars tend to have Thanksgiving meals because, people get kicked out of their homes and stuff like that. So it's like a tradition. They had no cover. They had a bunch of great food. They have amazing wings. It's a place called Union in Capitol Hill. They only have them on Wednesdays, though, because they sell the wings at cost, so they want you to, buy beer and stuff. Wing Wednesdays, yeah. I went there for Thanksgiving. It was a lot of fun because it was pretty good food. I did not have the turkey.
I wanted so badly to be like, so I tried it there, and my opinion just completely changed. It was the most life affirming. I called my parents afterwards and said, I'm sorry. They said, who is this? This is a wrong number. It was going to be fantastic.
Wide receiver 3 battle. Standouts amongst the unknowns.
There you go. Boy, that sounds like a dystopian novel.
Yeah, I was about to say. It's either like a dystopian novel, like a shitty YA dystopian novel, or, and this is a very thin Venn diagram, in old white man literary piece that seeks to remove politics from every form of literature.
Actually, I was
James Joyce self-discovery thing.
I was going to go the route of, it sounds like a disgraced current or former Fox News talking ahead, branching out into novellas.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of novel categories that I could capture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm proud of myself. Literary.
Yeah.
Who's the even man in? That's great. Eddie parentheses dog.
I'm announcing him like that too. He's been on fire lately, so.
Oh yeah, he's on a hot streak of podcast questions.
Mm-hmm. Arif and Bismo Funyuns, though.
Okay, yeah, cool. I forgot what I was going to forget, so we're good. What the fuck was that? Are you okay?
Sorry, I muted it on here, and I didn't. I've been muting and turning off the mic to blow my nose, and that I only did the one, and I did not turn off the mic.
I thought your equipment fell over. Holy shit, man.
Okay. I apologize for interrupting your plug. Let's start that over again at 5740. At 5748.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
How do I
For some
sound?
reason, when I pressed the answer button, it took me to a page that made it seem like I had answered your call, but clearly I hadn't.
I don't know what to tell you. I think that this is a clear showing that going on dates is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, I believe in romance, James.
You missed a perfect example, a perfect moment for you to say, James, I'm sorry, but I believe in a thing called love.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah. Suck on that. All right. Okay. Show notes, and then we go in just guns blazing on this game. Because if I had to sit and watch it, I'm going to rant about the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that we do 2 shows a week, because there's no way I could focus on the Vikings' last game after this abomination.
God, no.
It's like they poured bleach in my eyes and I forgot what football was.
For 2 weeks in a row, they did this. You know, it's silly, but I like I do like a steak burrito. Brisket it seems like it's just like as I'm eating it, just feels like it's too much work inside of the brisket. Doesn't work for me in my.
Oh, you mean to like chew?
Yeah, like in the burrito form, it's just not as necessary. I feel like it's just a bit too. It's kind of like in the chicken aspect of things where it's like too stringy inside of a burrito.
You need to have better brisket, and also it should be chopped. Like, fine.
You just need to be eating better food, James.
Yeah, well, I mean that's my take on a lot of your food takes. So. Have you tried putting milk in cereal?
And with that is going to be the end of the episode. Arif, what do you have to plug?
I don't believe, by the way, that like Facebook or Google or whatever are just listening to everyday conversations and targeting you.
No, she literally just sent me the link.
Oh, okay. But I was about to say, but I do believe that the conversations that we have do show up in like our internet search history and stuff like that in ways that we don't really think about or intend.
Oh yeah.
And then that's why it feels so creepy.
Oh god, yeah. I have not searched on Spotify or Google or anything else for and I don't have the Facebook app on my phone. I don't search for anything involving the Grateful Dead. I do listen to the Grateful Dead channel on XM on the app on my phone and in the car. And I just assume the personal FBI agent I have just puts it into my search results into Facebook. You're like, why am I seeing all this news on the Grateful Dead lately? I don't remember searching for them there. I just like listening to them on Sunday afternoons when I'm making lunch.
That's fantastic. My personal FBI agent.
Probably not wrong.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by Twitter. Can you say that again?
Arif?
So it's just someone tweeted something super dumb, and you know me, I can't let shit go. I'm dumb.
Do we need to institute a no phone policy? We're gonna hit that point here. All right, coming back in 3, 2, 1. And actually, before we get into the coaching decisions that were truly head scratching, I lost my train of thought. Damn it! I had a thought and I lost it. And it's gone. 53:37.
We're B+ podcasters today, James.
Sorry, I got distracted by Twitter and somebody said something really stupid, and like I had to respond because that's part of my brand.
I said we. No reason to be salty about it. I was including both of us. Yeah, but okay.
I'm just. Let me have my brain be dead. Okay. Would you have anything you'd like to say to Eddie right now? Eddie, the football dog on Twitter?
Eddie, I'm glad that you subscribed to The Athletic. I know that you were forced into this by the terms of the bet. I like to think of this as the universe kind of telling you, a dog who has difficulty reading, that you should be subscribed to The Athletic, that it's really good to give me and my colleagues money. And in return, you get some of the best sports coverage in the business of almost any sport, in almost any market. And really, that's what it's really all about. It's not about the fact, the indisputable fact, that we as Norse Code are better at fantasy football and that we won this game against you. Mm-hmm. But it is a fact. But it's not about that fact.
No.
it wouldn't be. It's really just about kind of the tremendous sports coverage that we have the opportunity to provide. And it's not about the fact that you run your mouth a lot, and just really want to embarrass us, because we're above that. And we're above making you feel bad for losing a fantasy football game, which you put a bet on and that you opted into in a stupid league. Not about that.
In a league where anything could go wrong.
Yeah, right. So I don't want to spend too much time dwelling on the fact that you made a stupid bet against an obviously superior opponent. And I just won't want to spend time thanking you for contributing to the coverage that me and my colleagues can provide at The Athletic.
There we go. And just a reminder, folks, that a win for one of us is a win for all of us. We did win. It applied when Dusty won the fantasy title that year, and Arif and I both celebrated, driving Dusty mad. Even years later, when I visited him and brought it up, it just gave me the look of like death. It was wonderful. But just a reminder that a win for one of us is a win for all of us. So. Good to see your win. You will need to pick out a new avatar for him for the remainder of the season. May I suggest one of the wonderful Arif photoshops that exist on the internet? I feel like that's the best way to go about it. Or just
it's my cat. It's gonna be my cat.
It's gonna be your cat. Aww. I enjoy how quickly you got that. That was fantastic. Okay. While we are at it, I'm going to set the timer. We are going to go to the mailbag, and we're only answering this question once this year. And as like an extra added level of difficulty, I'm going to give you 60 seconds to tell me why Arif hates turkey so much. On your mark, get set, go.
Are you kidding me? Have you had turkey? It's awful. It's dry. It tastes bad. It's dry. Other meats are better. Your excuses on better ways to prepare turkey, like smoking or frying or spatchcocking or whatever, are ways better spent preparing other meats. You can apply those methods to other meats. Those other meats taste better, and it's dry. And also, if turkey's so goddamn good, why are you only eating it on Thanksgiving? It's because it's not that good. It's a hassle. It's huge. It costs a lot on Thanksgiving, and it's dry. I just don't understand why people spend so much time carrying and defending turkey when Benjamin Franklin was right. It should be the national bird because we shouldn't kill it to eat it. It should be protected, endangered. I don't care how stupid it is. I don't care how stupid it looks. It is both of those things. But it really, you can cook any meat you want for Thanksgiving, have the family over, and you choose in your infinite wisdom to give them a bird that takes so much more effort to taste reasonable or good instead of the 10 other meats you could have.
Nicely done. I'm glad that we were able to condense that this year into something that's not a 15 to 20 minute bit. So we have the 1 minute version, and I might as well just clip that and just like keep it for you. Be like, anytime somebody messages you and asks like, why do you hate turkey? Like, okay, hold on, let me pull up the YouTube link.
It's a trash meat. It's dry.
Yes, I was expecting trash meat to be in there. I did enjoy your dry comment. On there.
Oh, did I say that? Yeah, it's not a particularly moist bird.
Yeah. That's just a fun sentence. I'm in the market for a new laptop, for a new Mac.
Sounds like it.
Today's episode is showing that it is going to be necessary to do this sooner rather than later. Kyle Sloter is asking what you are having for dinner tonight.
Oh. Well, first of all, Kyle, hi. Good to meet you.
Wait, did I say Kyle Sloter?
Yes.
God damn it. Okay. The Mac threw me off. 3, 2, 1. If you ever really want to hate yourself and go down the cooking route, just do some searches for Matty Matheson. And
I love Matty Matheson so much.
He is what is it? He is dollar store dude Ferraro. Like Right around the time that during his instructions on how to make, I believe it was a pasta sauce, included, now, you're going to need about 3 key bumps worth of salt. We died. Like,
So good.
it was... I actually used one of his ideas on something a couple days ago, and I felt like a tool because I'm listening to something Maddie Matheson told me in between like screaming takes into the camera.
Was it the Cheeto mac and cheese or whatever
It
it
was
was?
not the Cheeto mac and cheese where he's eating it in a tub. No, that was not me. Let me be
But
clear.
for people who are not exposed to Maddie Matheson, he makes genuinely like good food, and he's got genuinely good, like the Cheeto mac and cheese thing sounds awful, and it probably is, but most of the stuff, almost all of the stuff is like genuinely good cooking advice.
Except he's doing it in like a trap house for the
Right.
beginning.
He's just yelling at you the whole time. Very friendly, wholesome. Wholesome's the wrong word.
Wholesome is definitely the wrong word.
It's
There
not
is
wholesome.
a lot of
It's like
there's more swearing in those.
he's got a kind heart the whole time. I think that's
tattooed on his
completely
chest.
accurate. There's tons of don't let children under the age of 22 watch it. But other than that, very kind-hearted. Really great stuff. It's on Munchies, which is owned by Vice, but just really good stuff.
Yeah, Maddie,
And Bon Appetit, the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Bon Appetit, really good videos too.
I'm Maddie Matheson.
I'm like so angry that Rise Against just started playing in my head. Like,
Wow, I want to say congratulations. That's the most emo thing you'll probably say today.
well, at least it wasn't like a whiny pop punk band, and it was like an alt rock band. That's better.
Like, God, I'm so upset that that a good Charlotte just started playing in my head. Lifestyles of
I
the
want
rich
to
and
be
the
like you when I grow up,
famous.
Dad.
God, I'm so upset that Everclear just started playing in my head. Father of mine. Back to the day. And that'll be the oldest thing I say today, hopefully. Okay. Is everyone still there and or can hear the sound of my terrible voice?
Standing by.
Arif, are you there?
Yep.
You're a
Hi.
little quiet.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, I'm over here now.
now I'm over here.
Is there a way to turn yourself up? Not on, just up.
Who's you?
Arif.
How's this? Is that better?
That
is
is
that worse?
That is better.
Okay, cool.
I'm just trying to match Dusty's enthusiasm and or volume.
No one can.
I don't have a good response to that.
How's that?
There we go.
Excellent. All right,
We can
good.
fake it.
Oh, I come. Sorry. Ringing phone. Student life.
Apparently I was wrong on 2 counts there.
Not even supposed to be here today. All right.
Oh.
What's up?
Hey, it's Arif. How the hell are you?
Oh my God, it's been so long.
I know. I almost don't even know how to do this. It's almost tragic.
Who are you?
That's an excellent question. Where to begin? Have you ever have you heard the song "I'm My Own Grandpa"? I feel like that's a good place to start.
Someone asked me today to compare the size of newly embiggened right tackle Brian O'Neill to you.
Wait, was this on the athletic thing?
Yeah, on the Q&A. And I
Why
was
the hell
like,
didn't I see that?
it was at the very bottom at the very end. And I was like, I actually don't know. I'm going to go with Brian O'Neill.
How tall is he?
He's tall. He's at least 6'5", but
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I'm 6'5", so that's a start. He is certainly less fat than I am, though we may weigh about
But he
the
might
same.
weigh more,
Well,
right?
I'm just over 350.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So he's 6'7", or rather 6'6" and 7/8". So he's 6'7", and he arrived into the NFL at 297 pounds, but he's supposed to have bulked up. I think his ideal weight is probably at 6'7", is probably 320. So by, I suppose, one dimension, he's bigger than you, but by another dimension, perhaps not quite as circumferential.
I lack the words to properly express my appreciation for that fat joke.
Well, it's just a euphemism I invented on the spot. It's not really a joke.
I thought I saw your thing on here, but
And I just performed it
there we go. Yeah.
an hour ago or whatever, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, this I have to see. Let me scroll.
It's at the very bottom.
Yeah, I'm going very bottom here.
Or it was at the very bottom when I did it because it was the latest post, but I think it reorders it as soon as it's done. So just Control F Big Mono.
Bigger than Big Mono.
Oh, holy shit, it's at the top for me.
Yeah. I like to imagine you two walking around New York City with him carrying you in his breast pocket like a little bearded pocket square.
It's phenomenal. This comment was fully in the spirit of Norse Code. I am shocked it wasn't Dusty. But in fact, someone named Rick Z.
Fuck it, we're starting with this. All right. People need to know.
Without saying how old you are, name one thing from your childhood someone younger wouldn't understand.
It'd be either that or it'd either be that or lemon stealing whores.
Damn lemon stealing.
Damn. We haven't looked at these lemon trees in the last 25 seconds. We should probably turn around and see if there's anything going on with my beautiful lemon trees. Oh no, look, it's one of those lemon stealing whores.
This is top one intro to all time.
Oh my god.
I'm just so thankful that I have you here and these lemons from the lemon tree. So thankful.
So thankful for everything that we have. We would be nothing without our lemon tree. And I'm glad we chased off all those lemon-stealing whores.
Say, speaking, we haven't checked the lemon tree in 25 seconds. That's actually the moment when porn became self-aware. It tilted the Rubicon.
It wasn't Boogie Nights. Oh no. No, the moment was the debut of the dirty, filthy, lemon-stealing whores. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad we have something for the Christmas show next year.
All right.
Stay away from my lemons.
Jeez, I get it. I get it. I will not stuff lemons into my mesh top.
Was I recording? Yes!
Yeah, I did not watch a second of the Browns Steelers game. Although, actually, it's your fault. I did end up watching a second because you were telling me fanciful stories about how gladiatorial it was. So I Googled.
I did no such
the
thing.
game. And the thing is, you were 100% right. And I ended up watching a tweet where Demarius Randall earholed Deontay Johnson. What the hell, man?
Yeah, this was, and I had said to you, and then I ended up just throwing it on Twitter as well, that this game was like the football equivalent of standing around while you wait for your dog to poop out on a walk. Like, it's
an incredible analogy.
Cars are driving by and you got your baggie out. Just so, it's the football equivalent of the coworker who microwave fish in the office. Like, it's just, and you sit there and you go, why? What are you doing? It's so bad.
So the Browns are up at time of recording. There's still time to lose, I'm sure. 21-7?
And
with 2 minutes left. Yeah, I could see the Steelers still winning this.
I know. Well, what I had said to you, normally we have a bit of a rule for recording the Thursday night show, which is we tend to watch the Thursday game, and then if it's a blowout, we'll start recording early in the fourth quarter because it's, there's nothing to watch. And I started up even though the game was close, I told you, I started up my computer in like protest of this game's existence. Like, I just needed to be done. I can't watch headhunting cornerbacks on Cleveland anymore. I couldn't watch drives for the Steelers exist solely on pass interference. Like, I'm done. This is not NFL football. This is just sad. I need to, especially after the after the Juju Schuster concussion, where he looked like he was trying to get up from like being shot in a war movie, and then he just collapsed and didn't move for a few minutes. Like, I'm out. I watched too much of a game that was terrible already. Nothing like, you both should get losses for how bad that game was. Ugh.
From an offensive line perspective. So yeah, that's a worry.
Oh my God. So when the GIF comes up on Twitter, you'll need to see it. But Myles Garrett is likely going to get suspended for either 4 games or the rest of the season.
Sorry, what?
Myles Garrett just...
I just saw Justice tweet out, "See you in 2020, Myles."
Myles Garrett just took the helmet off of Mason Rudolph and hit him with it.
Oh my God.
I don't... See what I mean? This game.
It's not even close to. Oh my God! And it turned into
like actual. It kicked him in the head.
Into a fight.
You kicked him in the helmet, and he had the helmet on. Like, how dumb are? What is wrong with you people? This is why Cleveland can't have nice things.
So 53, whoever that is, just starts wailing on him, just punching him, starts kicking him, and I can't feel too bad about it. Like, yeah, you're probably right. You should punch and kick Myles Garrett a couple of times.
I can't. What? You took his helmet
just
off.
Throwing punches. Wow.
Yeah, Myles Garrett ripped off Mason Rudolph's helmet and swung it at him like a weapon.
So that was Pouncey that was responding? I don't know if I feel that bad about, and I don't like Pouncey.
Boy,
I just don't. But I don't. Yeah, that is Marquise Pouncey. I don't feel that bad about Marquise Pouncey. But you hit somebody with a helmet, man. like kicking someone in like the breastplate pad is not nearly as bad. Like, probably like at some point hold back, but like,
yeah,
I don't feel that bad about Marquise Pouncey responding.
That is.
Anyway, live update from Norse Code.
Hope you enjoyed that.
Hello.
Tess, do you hear me?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Do you hear me?
You heard me singing the Skype song. Awesome.
So you have no idea how refreshing it is that someone can hear me, because the microphone on my phone doesn't work, and I've had to take an unusual number of calls over the last week.
That is It's an odd luxury, isn't it?
Yeah, I never expected to care.
All of a sudden, your phone couldn't phone anymore.
I didn't actually expect that to be that big a problem, right? Because, like, who uses their phone for phone calls? Freaks?
Yeah.
But it was a huge problem.
Society would say squares. Is that what the kids say nowadays? I don't even.
Yeah,
Something
that's,
about thoughts. I don't know what words mean anymore.
Thoughts. Good Lord.
I don't.
Maybe don't try talking about what the kids are saying these days.
Are you sure? Because, like,
I've got more.
Every time I say something like that, I feel more like Dr. Evil and being like, I'm hip. I'm with it. Those damn thoughts are getting into the weeds. They're getting into the carrots. I need to pull them up by the roots. So that's the proper nomenclature, right? That's the no? Oh, well. Everything else I've learned from Public Assistance, the board game, and I know that's not going to help me out.
Here's an analogy or a word substitution that I think will effectively convey the meaning.
Is it female scrubs? Is that what it is? 'Cause I know what
Those
a scrub means.
damn lemon-stealing thoughts.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I was gonna say I know what a scrub is because a scrub is a guy who thinks he's fly but is also known as a buster. So like I can get that and okay.
Can't get no love. Good Lord. I was just listening to an NPR story about Destiny's Child, and it actually had very little to do with Beyonce.
That seems oddly specific and on demand, Arif.
Well, it was just what was on the radio, man.
Oh, I'm sure it had nothing to do with an on-demand situation or, going down a YouTube hole. And, I kind of want to... Most of my day is not spent listening to Destiny's Child. However, this particular moment, I happened to be on YouTube, and then I, got sucked down a YouTube hole, and all of a sudden, Chelsea walks in and asks why I'm dancing to I'm a Survivor, and things just go weird.
So I was in the car on the way to training camp.
Oh, that explains it. I'm a Survivor. Okay, yeah.
Destiny's Child came on. They actually replayed it. It was on in the morning, and then I leave training camp for lunch, and they replayed the song. Turns out, very feminist, especially the song "Bills."
Yes, that Bills was kind of a companion piece to No Scrubs.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there's a callback to it. If I remember correctly, the word scrub is actually in it. That's like a nod to TLC. Because it's important for me to remember that. My brain has decided it's important for me to remember things like that.
Yeah, so it's weird for me to have listened to a story I had no control over whether it was airing. But you knowing about the connections between TLC and Destiny's Child, that's okay.
Well, yeah, because we already established that your median age during the 90s was 7. So you wouldn't have any idea about these things because your medium age during that period of time is only 7 years old. You can't like turn on a radio. You can't go on the internet and download an MP3 going like 2K a second, or not even 2K a second, like 800K like kilobytes a second. Like you can't do anything like that. No. And if your dad picked up the phone, you were screwed.
I was still downloading songs off of WinMX in the day the internet downloaded a song, and it took as long as the song did to play to download. I was ecstatic.
Oh, yeah. I remember it taking between 45 minutes and an hour. And that was on FTP sites, because you can get off my lawn.
I used FTP mostly to share debate evidence, but...
Wow. I was using it for illicit purposes involving music, which later led to a DJ career. So, I mean, figure that out.
Well, I mean, that's just a tradition.
Wow. Yes.
Fucking Christ.
I forgot what I had named the show.
Also, if we're naming, I mean, this is much better, right?
It took every ounce of strength I had not to spit take that. Oh my god.
The worst part is that this is terrible Christmas show material because we didn't actually say what you named the show.
This might be the most offensive thing that we've ever done that nobody knows about.
You're right, that doesn't involve a board game.
Oh, well, I mean... I'm bringing that, by the way, to Seattle, so we're gonna...
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to figure out that. Wow, episode 293 may have the best title that has ever happened.
I'm so upset with myself. It's a fucking tragedy. What am I doing?
I'm gonna call your brother, and your brother's gonna tell your brother's gonna tell you what a terrible person you are for making
how did
light.
that phone call go? Hey, Rashad, it's James. Long time no talk, maybe since the wedding. Anyway, so there's this quarterback. His name is Kirk Cousins, right? So K-I-R-K. That's important.
Dusty is spinning in his grave right now. Wait. Bad Arif. Bad. I'm not changing it. And I'm not disappointed. I'm just going to move on and scroll so that I can't see the title when we do the show. That is my solution to the problem.
Nah, if you think that'll work.
Frickin' better. Because if I scroll and look at it, I will continue to laugh. Good Lord. All right. Let me make sure I have everything. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, I am. It is not an unfamiliar feeling.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. That is unbelievable.
You know, if we were to adopt it to its culture, it would actually be dishonor on my horse. It's very important.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
In steppe culture.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, nobody's perfect. Okay.
Possibility, because from what I've seen from him, it's been very good. I don't think that's the most likely scenario, but I think that it's not closed off in terms of his potential.
You son of a bitch.
What? I answered the question. What's wrong? What's the issue?
I muted myself. I managed not to crack. But immediately after I finished that question, I
don't understand. You asked me about a Fadi. I answered.
This is at 8139. Okay. Just same shit as always. Jesus Christ. It's coming back in. Sip of the water. Still with me?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. We can finally get started as soon as I move my headphones out of the way of all of the problems in my life, which seem to be mounting more every day. Every day. Just a little bit more.
A nihilism podcast.
Well, it's a Vikings podcast, so, I mean...
That's true, yeah.
Just slowly but surely making it worse. That should be the name of a podcast. Slowly but surely making it worse. Starring Don from Ohio.
Like,
of all people to spoil
Endgame, like part of Endgame for me. It was Don from fucking Ohio. And I'll mention this on the show, but like Don said, like Don did that whole like I'm not gonna, I have to be away from spoilers. I'm gonna be off of Twitter for a while. The first motherfucking thing he does is go back on Twitter after he watches it and posts a link to some Reddit Marvel thing about time travel. Yeah, I saw that before the movie, so I immediately knew they were doing time travel shit.
Right. Well, so I didn't click on the link because he's like spoilers in this thread, and I was like, okay, I'll be fine. If I don't click on the link, I'll be fine. And then someone replied. That's the part that spoiled me, is that someone fucking replied, "Oh, I'm so sick of people not understanding time travel or whatever." And so that's when I was like, "Fuck it, shut the fuck up, man."
See, and
there's a link for spoilers.
The Twitter app showed me the preview of it that said, yeah, so I got fucked by that.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah. Okay. So
of all people, that ended up spoiling it for me, and I have to like be proud on the show and be like, of all people to spoil Endgame for me, it was Don from Ohio.
Good. We might want to start with it and then just edit it to put it in the back.
So let's talk about Don from Ohio's question, the final question of the show. Don says, "Dear Arif, your cohort on this podcast is getting married in next month and asks you to cater it. He's supplying the meat, but you must make the rest of the menu. What seasonings do you use to cook human flesh, and what side dishes do you go with? What side dishes do you recommend to go with it?"
Wow.
I told Don, I said, this is your best question in at least months or possibly years.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't see this question in the mailbag because it's on the second page and it didn't scroll down. So excellent job. This took me completely by surprise. First thought I have is if I'm asked to cater your wedding, I'm watching Hannibal. Because that might give me ideas. And then I'm watching that Binging with Babish episode where he does one of the recipes from Hannibal.
Oh,
he doesn't cook a
clay.
human.
Yeah. The clay thigh cooking. Yeah.
Right. He doesn't actually cook a human, but he mentions it. So, well, actually, first thing I do is I call the police. But if that's out of the question, I should clarify. If that's out of the question, then I'm doing my research with incognito mode. My VPN is on. I don't want anyone to what's going on here?
It's the Letterkenny scene when they go on the dark web for the first time, and the first thing they pull up is recipes on how to cook human. That's all it is. Or it turns into the Simpsons thing where you get the book off the shelf that's how to cook, and then you blow on it, humans, and then you blow on it some more, and it's 4, yes. And then it's 40.
Yes.
It's from the special part.
Yeah.
It's the special part of the library for that one. Oh, God.
My guess is that humans are probably stringy. They probably don't have a ton of intramuscular fat. They work all the time. They move all the time. So it's probably a braise. You want to break down the connective tissue if you're in that situation.
For those that are lost on this particular topic and are new to the show,
no, we're done. Yeah, that's good. Is that it? Okay. No, sorry. Yeah,
we won't lean on you anymore for your tips and tricks on cooking human. For those new to this conversation, last summer. Or rather last fall, my stepson woke up out of a dead sleep, shouting something along the lines of, "No, I don't eat people anymore," or something like that. To which we just referred to him as the cannibal for a really long time, and he just sort of accepted that as his nickname and moved on.
Wait, hold on. Did you ever explain the genesis of the nickname, or he was just like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense"?
Oh, no. We explained why, because that night I asked him, "What the hell were you like? Were you dreaming about something? Like was like, no, I don't remember doing anything, which he's 13, so automatically he's a liar. But I just assumed that he was dreaming about eating people or something. So, and I made the mistake. I had to tell it on the show because it was so goddamn funny that it's become a running joke for Dawn now. So that if we're cooking human, at least one person at the reception will be happy. So. I appreciate Don for looking out for my stepson. I appreciate that, and I know he does too. Arif, what do you have to plug?
A new recipe book, apparently. So I Googled this, and one of the Quora questions that because of course it's Quora.
Yes.
They're like 2016 to ask Yahoo. What is an uppercase letter? What are some examples? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Were there any uppercase letters in the asking of that question?
Yeah, they capitalized the W for what is uppercase letter and what are some examples. So they capitalized the beginning of each sentence. Bless your heart, technical writer. Someone answered. Really nice. Even links to the Wikipedia page about letter casing.
Doing the Lord's work here, guy.
Oh my god, he even goes into the history of cases. In early letter press printing and typesetting environments, the wooden cases in which lead type was stored for use by compositors were divided into an uppercase holding capital letters and other less frequently used letters. The lowercase, holding small letters and more frequently used letters. The division was used because the need for small letters greatly surpassed the need for capital letters, and the lowercase was easier for the type compositor to reach. Link to lettercase. But I've actually heard that story before.
You know, the best part about that was the accent that came out as a result of it. I like to think that's...
I'm sorry.
No. I like to think that's the voice you use, like, normally. I mean, like, when you're not around people, maybe just around Chelsea, or just, you and Andy are sitting back talking about property taxes. Like, this is the voice that you use to discuss the proletariat.
My returns were most beneficent this year.
It's good to own land.
Cheers.
Next question is one of my favorites of the night, which is I think it really sums up the whole situation. And I lost it. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. All right. 3, 2, find it there. 3, 2, 1. Captain Carrot asks, are the Vikings the worst good team in the league or the best bad team?
Definitely worst good team. I think, best bad team would be like the Cowboys, actually. And there's a clear separation there, so...
They're still leading so many categories in their offense, despite the fact that it's more impotent than their owner and GM. Wow, that actually might be inappropriate.
Save that for the clip show.
Okay, let me rephrase that in a sec. So that was that.
Incredible.
Indeed. So that is going to be it for this episode of Norse Code. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like to donate to the show, you can do so at patreon.com/NorseCode, or you can go to paypal.me/NorseCode. We will be back next week, either early next week, or we'll just be doing a bit of a double episode at the end of the week. So, but for Arif, my name is James. Thank you guys so much for listening, and please remember that revenge is a dish best served funky as hell. And we'll be back next week.
James, did you record any of that?
Record what?
My Zencastr is not showing any recording.
Oh, I didn't hit record there. I was actually hitting record in the on my machine. So the backup ended up getting it. I forgot to hit record on the other one. So We're okay.
Okay. Oh my God. Holy shit.
Yes. In this case, the backup saved the day.
All right, cool. Well, I cut you off at the end of the outro, so
Well, let me just
feel free to do that again.
let me just quick do the outro. And please remember that revenge is a dish best served funky as hell. And we'll be back next week.
I clicked back into the tab and I was like, something's wrong. Oh my God.
Well, that could have gone horribly wrong.
Fucking 8 cheers for backups.
That had every opportunity of being the worst thing to happen to the show since Justice was on.
Exactly.
Which you could take in any number of ways and you probably wouldn't be wrong. Okay. Yeah, so we're good. Also, if I've learned anything over the past week, it's that I may say that I'm okay with the sound of my own voice after 8 years of podcasting. I'm really not. After listening to so much in the way of, like, outtakes, I'm tired of the sound of my own voice. Quite frankly, I'm over it.
So I know this will sound weird coming from me, but I actually also do not like to listen to my own voice. I was transcribing an interview with Adam Thielen, and I was like, holy fuck, who's this asshole asking all that? Knowing that I'm the one interviewing him.
Well, yes.
Who's this fucking asshole interviewing Adam Thielen?
All your like vocal tics are right there. And let me tell you, if you ever thought you needed to lose weight and you could hear it in your voice while you were recording, boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's just say that there was only one helping of food on Christmas Day, on Christmas evening, and yesterday. So
James, no.
I've never had a podcast. I've never worked on a podcast that's inspired me to go on a diet before, but I'm getting close to what Patton Oswalt would refer to as B-word fat.
So that is going to be it for this episode of Norse Code, coming to you live from a place you really should attend if you end up in the Pacific Northwest.
Fantastic.
Welcome to Podolsky's. Thank you guys so much. Podolsky's has been such a fantastic place to work with. Has really done a lot to kind of set up and make us feel at home. We hope you guys out here enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much. And please remember, hold on. For Arif, my name is James. Thank you guys so much for listening. And please remember that as Arif says, revenge is a dish best served funky as hell. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Applause and knowing laughter will be added in post. It'll be fine.
Norse Code is the largest and only division of Norse Code LLC. You can find Norse Code on the Daily Norseman, SB Nation's Vikings blog at dailynorseman.com. You can also find it on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever fine podcasts are aggregated. Our Vikings blogger extraordinaire and generally useful human is Arif Hassan, and he can be found on Twitter at Arif Hassan NFL. I am your producer and co-host, and my name is James Pagashnik. You can find me at the show's official Twitter feed at NorseCodeDN. If you'd like to donate a few bucks to the show, you can make your one-time donation at paypal.me/NorseCode, or a recurring monthly contribution can be made by visiting patreon.com/NorseCode. Any questions or comments that won't fit in a tweet can also be sent to norsecodepodcast@gmail.com. On behalf of the Norse Code staff, we thank you so much for listening.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.